Well, I just finished polishing, oiling my fretboard, and restringing my guitar, and I got inspired and thought I'd teach you how to play this song. So, let's learn it. This is a great first song, or first solo, to learn because there's a wide variety of techniques used in the song, and it's really great for you guys to know how to use these techniques, and it makes it easy to practice the techniques because the solo requires them. So, here we go. You're going to start on the G string, and you're going to bend it up on the 5th fret. Then you're going to take your index finger, and you're going to bar the E and the B string on the 3rd fret. And you're going to pluck the E string and then the B string. Then with your pinky, you're going to reach on the B string of the 6th fret. And then you're going to bend that G string up on the 5th fret again. So you have. Okay, one more time. Okay, so the next step after that, after you bend this up again, you're going to go 5-3 on the G, and then 5 on the D. At this point, we're just kind of doing a walk down on the G minor pentatonic. So you have. And what I'm doing is I'm barring with my ring finger the D and the A string, and I'm doing a D, A, D. So those are the string names on the 5th fret. That's kind of how the track goes. I don't know if the bass is playing that note or if Malcolm is playing that note, but you hear it in the track. So again. From the top. Then you're gonna go 5-3, 5-3, 6-3. Again, just the G minor pentatonic there. Okay, from the top. For that last part, you're going to do a G string on the 3rd fret, to D string on the 5th fret, D string again, to the G string again. So you have, and you kind of have a little pause break there. It's not. Okay, so from the top. So that's the next phrase we're going to learn. So far. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do this little slide lick that Angus does. Now, how I like to do it and how I naturally do it is I slide from the 5th fret on the G string with my ring finger to the 7th fret, and then with my index, I naturally grab the B on the 6th fret, and then I switch the slide to my middle finger, another whole step to the 9th. Now you can do it however you want. That's just how I play it. So what we're doing is we're sliding from the 5th fret of the G string to the 7th fret. And then we're tucking our index to the 6th fret of the B string. And then we're sliding with our middle finger from the 7th fret to the 9th. And then again with our index finger on the B string of the 8th fret. So. Then you're going to go G string on the 9th fret to B string on the 8th fret. Then you're going to take your ring finger and you're going to bend the 10th fret up a whole step. And with your pinky, you're going to tuck it and grab the E string of the 10th fret. And then pluck that note or that bend back again. Let it down. And then hit the 8th fret of the B string. So. Again, slow. You can add a little vibrato at the end if you want. And then you're going to reach to the 11th fret, I believe it is. You're first going to pluck that 8th fret of the B string again. So. So for that last part, you're going to bend the 11th fret of the B string up a whole step. And you're going to let it down and go back. It's kind of like you don't hear it. It doesn't sound like that. It's a really quick, so. You could even hit it, I think you actually hit it twice, so. And you go back to the 8th fret of the B to the G. So from the top. So we're going to work on the second section here. Again, we are still in the key of G minor. Okay, we're just playing it an octave higher. So after you do we're going to learn that little lick. So you're going to bend on the B string of the 18th fret. And then you're going to bar the high E and the B on the 15th. And then with your ring finger, you're going to hit the 18th fret of the B. And then you're going to do a bend on the 17th fret of the G. Okay. From there, you're going to do a 15th fret of the G. To a 17th fret of the D. Then from the 17th fret of the D, you're going to do a double stop on the G and B string of the 17th fret to the 15th fret. Okay, so far. So from the top, I missed that double stop, but you're gonna wanna make sure you play it because it sounds more full. And then we have so what you're doing is you're bending up on the 17th fret of the G string, and then your pinky is tucking under on the 18th fret of the B string. And you do that twice, and then on the third time, you let the bend down. Okay, so. So after that last bend, you're going to go to the 15th fret of the G, 17th fret of the D, and then you're going to do those double stops again. 17 on the G and B, to 15 on the G and B, okay. Back to 17 on the D, then double stop again on the 15th of the G and B. So all together. Now this next part sounds. So for that, we're going to bend up on the high E of the 18th fret, and then let it back down. It doesn't sound like this. You go stop, and then pluck it down. So it doesn't sound like this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna bend it up, mute, let it down, and then pluck the 18th fret. So, hear the difference? Then you're going to bar the 17th fret of the high E and B. Or I'm sorry, after that bend, you're gonna bend up the 17th fret of the E a half step and let it down. And pull off to the 15th fret. And then you're going to bar the E and B string on the 17th fret. Back to the E, high E of the 15th fret. So. Then you do a quick bend on the B string of the 18th fret. Again. Oops. And then you're going to bar the 15th fret of the E and B to the 18th fret of the B. Then you're going to do a bend on the 17th fret, back to 15th fret of the G, then slide to the 19th fret from the 17th fret on the G. Then you're going to go. So you're going to slide from the 15th to the 17th fret. And then you're going to go 15th of the high E to 17th of the G, back to 15th of the high E, and then bend up on the 17th fret to the 15th fret of the high E. And that's how you play Shook Me All Night Long. Let's do it from the top. So. And that is how you play the solo to You Shook Me All Night Long. So hopefully you guys found this video useful. Feel free to rewind it as many times as you need to. And yeah, rock out to some Acdc. So thanks for tuning in to this video. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment. If you have any song requests that you want me to teach you, let me know in the comments below. And if not, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.